Good afternoon, everyone. It's Shamila Ramjawan coming from the stormy Johannesburg, South Africa this afternoon. I have Carina Nel, who is my guest. Carina is a fashion and image stylist, founder and owner of TWM, Tall Women Movement, and we're going to hear all about that this afternoon, as well as the chairperson of Grannies Who Care NPO. Hi, Carina. How are you?
Hi, Shamila. I'm fine, thank you.
It's so nice to actually see you after so many years.
Yes. I was thinking about when we met, and that was, I think, round about 2016, 30, round about there when we first met. Yes.
Yes, SACBW.
Long time. Yes. Little did we know at that stage or at that moment what no, let me put it this way. We didn't know at that stage what is lying ahead for both of us. Eh? You doing what you're doing. I can still remember you told me about your new venture. And now it's how many years later, and both our lives have changed.
And it's changed so much. I think when I think back about 2016, so much has happened since then. It's just growth and development and trying out new things and just growing and growing and growing. And I think, it's all the hard work that we put into it. And I know you've been extremely busy as well.
Mm. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm an entrepreneur by heart. So when you see an opportunity, you go for it. Unfortunately, I think one negative thing for me as an entrepreneur is that I get easily bored with what I do. So I'm always looking for new challenges. So sometimes my husband says, "Oh, Carina, no, not again." But I didn't know that I had this big entrepreneurial spirit when I was much younger. I just knew I liked new things and liked trying out things. I liked meeting new people. But I didn't know at that time that was actually part of being an entrepreneur. So now it's how many years down the line and still going strong.
Yes, I think we never knew that we set out to do what we're doing now, but I think it's just a passion that drives us to do more. And same with me, if there's an opportunity, just grab it, and try. I think the most important thing is for one to try.
Yeah, some people are very lucky that the first time they try something out, it's a big success. And some people need to try just one more time. Luckily, I've been blessed with all my entrepreneurial ventures that I've been quite lucky and quite successful. So I'm very, very, very blessed in that way. But there's always room for more, room for a new challenge.
I love that. Yes. So, Carina, let's start by telling the audience who you are.
Okay, my name is Carina Nel. I am from Centurion, and I've been married now 35 years to my husband Peter, and we have two children. Carl is 32 and he's married to Marlene, and I have a beautiful, beautiful grandson, Ivor, who's turning 5 in January, and then our daughter Janne, she's turning 30 on the 15th of November. I'm born and bred here in Pretoria. I studied at University of Pretoria. I studied to be a teacher, and I majored in African languages. So I'm conversant in Sepedi, Tswana, and Zulu. And I've been a teacher for quite some time in my life, but I've always liked fashion. My mom tells me this story. She can remember when I was little. On Sunday afternoons, we would play dress up and fashion show. So I would dress my sister and we would walk up and down the passage and playing model. My mom is a seamstress. So I grew up with my mom sewing for the whole community, you know, evening dresses for brides, for whatever special occasion. So, yeah, everything with clothes and fashion has always been part of my life. And then in 2000, I got the opportunity to join a direct selling company with fashion accessories. I was very successful in that business because I love jewelry. And yeah, I did that for 9 years. And during that time, I also got the opportunity to branch out. So I went into fashion and image styling, got a lot of opportunities. And in 2009, I started, officially started my own business as a stylist. And yeah, had the opportunity to travel the country and to Namibia to do style sessions and fashion shows and makeovers. Photo shoots, styling for CakeNet. So yeah, I've been very blessed with all the pretty things in my life. I specifically love accessories.
I know that.
Earrings.
I know that for a fact.
Earrings. I just love earrings, and the bigger the better. I'll tell you now why I love earrings so much. Yeah, and then yeah, in 2018. I had a very emotional experience, and that led to my next venture. So yeah, I've always been around in the fashion industry.
Yes, well, whenever I saw you, you always looked so immaculate from head to toe. You know, there was never a dull day. Whenever, even if I bumped into you somewhere, you always look so good. So before we go on, tell us the story about earrings. Why earrings? Why big earrings?
I think earrings because, okay, that's going to lead to my next venture. But as a tall woman, I am 1.87 meters tall. That's like 6'2". It's really a struggle to find clothes that fit well. But when it comes to accessories and specific earrings, it doesn't matter how tall you are or how short you are or whatever. Your earlobes are all basically the same size. So I can, from earrings, I can choose whatever I like. And there will be something that fits me. Whereas when it comes to clothes, for a long time in my life, I didn't wear what I liked. I had to wear what was available. So, and I soon realized that earrings can change an outfit. I believe a pretty dress deserves a pretty pair of earrings. So I can have the same dress on or the same top or whatever, but I can change my earrings and every day create a different look. So that's why I'm very, very, yeah, I just love earrings. And the fact that I've got a longish neck, allows me to wear bigger earrings. Not that someone with a shorter neck cannot wear bigger earrings, but due to my style personality, you know, I'm a creative dresser, I'm a dramatic dresser, so I like big and bold. So earrings are the first thing I put on in the morning, it's the last thing I take off at night. I just love earrings.
That is fantastic. Well, we got somebody from the audience that said that you're a supermodel.
You know, there was a time in my life that I joked about it in the sense that when people would make a comment about my height, I would say, yes, I'm a supermodel. Haven't you seen the latest Vogue cover page? But that was in my good days, you know, when I felt good about my height or wasn't intimidated by strangers about my height. But yes, when I was young, I think in my first year, second year at university, I did do a modeling course and I did some modeling for a short time. But I think I was way too innocent those days. Yeah, to really innocent and insecure. to really appreciate my tall frame. I was tall and very, very skinny. I was actually the ideal supermodel figure. But at that stage in my life, I was still very insecure about my height because I was a very late bloomer. I wasn't a very tall child. I come from a tall family. We're all 6 foot and taller. My mum is Dutch related. Yeah, my mum is Dutch related, so tall was my normal. But I was a late bloomer, and I really started growing. I got this growth spurt at 16, the age of 16 only. So in grade 11, those days, grade 11, matric, my first and second year at university. That was when I was growing, you know. And that stage of my life, I wasn't very secure, confident. I was insecure and not very confident about my height. And especially in my first 2 years at varsity, because, you know, where I grew up, my dad was in the Air Force. So I grew up in Tabatwane, Voortrekkerhoogte those days. And it was a very safe community. So everybody knew the tall De Beertjies. My maiden name was De Beer. So it was a safe environment. But then I went to varsity, and suddenly all these strangers, all these intoxicated students, you know, would make comments about my height, and that made me feel very insecure. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't really enjoy the modeling. You know, they all tell me you've got the looks, you've got the height, you've got the body, you've got the everything, but I didn't have the inside to do it. So yeah, if I would do modeling now, I would be a fantastic supermodel, I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Because, I think more a glam gran.
Yeah. Because, you know, with time and on my tall journey, you know, you get to a point in your life where you make peace with who you are, you accept who you are, and you embrace it. I didn't embrace being tall when I was that young. Yeah. So maybe someone will give me a supermodel contract now.
Yes, for sure. Well, you never know who's going to watch this, right?
Yeah.
Carina, can I ask you a question? How many pairs of earrings do you have?
Shamila, I actually should count, but I think I can wear a different pair of earrings for every day of the year.
Wow. Okay, I thought I was.
I've got lots and lots of earrings. I've got lots of earrings. During lockdown, I actually sorted out my jewelry a little bit. But you know what? I have such an emotional connection with every pair of earrings. I'm going to cry now. Because every time when I put on a pair of earrings, I fit in.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It makes me feel that I fit in. So I can tell you where I bought my earrings, the reason why I bought it, for which event did I buy it. But yeah, I should actually go and count my earrings. But I actually suggested to my daughter that I'm going to do not an outfit of the day post, but the earring of the earring of the day post. And I can go a year, I'm telling you, with a different earring.
That is amazing. So I think starting from today, with the earrings that you're wearing now, just take it and put it aside. And then every day,
yeah.
and then you know that you're not repeating them.
Yes. There are quite a few pairs of earrings that I haven't worn for quite some time. And when I sorted out my jewelry, I thought, oh, wow, I forgot about this pair and that pair. So I'm trying to wear it again. But yeah, it may sound vain, you know, not to other people or other women. But it has an emotional link, earrings. So,
if I look back, I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago. I'm not sure if you remember in those days, they had these plastic earrings and you could get them in every color and style and with the drops and the rings and the squares. And I still have some of those.
Yes. You know what? My daughter, she grew up with a mom who loves earrings. And I can remember when she was little, she would always tell me, Mom, please. She wants to inherit my earrings one day when I'm not there anymore. Please, can she have all my earrings? So I kept those 1890s earrings in a box. And about 5, 6 years ago, I went through that again and I showed her, remember this? You said that you want this when you're all grown up. And then she looked at it and said, oh, no, Mommy, no, thank you. Too bold and too bright and too plastic.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay. Carina, Grannies with Care. Grannies Who Care. You're still the chairperson there, and I know I joined you at some point. We went to Kalafong Hospital in Pretoria.
Yes.
Are you still very involved with that? I know you're still the chairperson, but do you still go and do the activations at Kalafong?
Yes. Unfortunately, lockdown doesn't allow us to go there. It has been really, really hard for us as Grannies Who Care board not to be allowed there. When level lockdown started, I contacted them again and they said we are allowed to go there, but only to do a drop-off at a communal point. And then they will distribute the baby parcels. But we have decided against that because unfortunately, we don't have a guarantee that those parcels will get to the patients. So for lockdown, we have focused on safe houses in the Gauteng area. So we've contacted quite a few safe houses and we made up parcels for those safe houses for those babies and children. So luckily, we were blessed to do that and they really, really appreciate that. But hopefully from next year on, we will be allowed to go to Kalafong or allowed to, if we can just do a drop-off at a ward and leave that for the staff to distribute, that will also help a lot. But for us to go to the hospital and drop off 350 parcels with the value of those parcels about 45,000 Rand on a monthly basis, it's just too much of a risk to drop it off there at the reception or wherever, and then just hopes it gets to the wards, and the patient. So that's a difficult thing. And you know what? If you make the sums, we hand out 350 baby parcels a month at Kalafong. Now we've been in lockdown for around about, let's say, we're gonna 10 months, 9 months. Make it an easy sum. 10 times 350. It's 3,500 potential babies who didn't get their parcel.
Oh.
And that is very, very, very sad.
Yes. Shame.
So we've looked at different avenues on how we can still do what we do. And so far, weekly basis, we pack for safe houses in the area and old age homes. We use the bigger children blankets that we do, the Jesus Loves Me children blankets. We hand out to some to old age homes. So
Okay. But you're still doing such awesome work with Grannies Who Care.
Yeah, you know what? If it wasn't for all the grannies, because it originally started with a group of grannies who cared, and they started knitting booties and beanies and made blankets and made up these little passes way back in 2012. So when I joined in 2015, and that was my last year as chairperson at South African Council for Businesswomen in Centurion, I joined them, and yeah, I've been going since. So yeah, I can't do this on my own. I'm just in the position to take the lead, but it's all the grannies, all the donors, all the knitters that make us do what we do. So we are very, very thankful for that.
So do they actually buy the wool and everything else, the resources themselves, or is it sponsored or donated?
Most of those grannies, they buy it themselves. But when we do get a donation for wool, we distribute. But and we tell them, you don't need to buy it yourself. If you just want to knit and you don't have the funds, just call us and we will make sure that you get the wool to do that. But we often get cash donations, and with those cash donations, we buy the wool, we buy the polar fleece fabric to make the blankets. And it's like, the circle of life. Most of our grannies are elderly people, and they sometimes they feel that they're at the end of their lives and they don't add much value. But now they knit for a newborn baby. It's going around like a circle of life, and they give life to that beautiful little baby. So it's very, very special. And I know that the grannies who do knit, they pray over with what they do. So every baby that receives that parcel is very, very blessed.
I can imagine so. So what's in that pack?
The main item is the blanket with the label on that says Jesus loves me, because that is our ministry. And in the pack, we put whatever we have, what we have in stock, but mostly it is booties and a beanie. And then we add a baby vest or baby grow, a pair of leggings, a knitted jersey, a bib, whatever we have, and a soft toy. So it's quite a nice pack that they get. And then we also do special packs for Ward 4. Ward 4 is the so-called kangaroo ward. I think you can remember that ward.
Yes.
Where the babies, they come from ICU, and but they are still too vulnerable to go home with the mommy. Then they go into Ward 4, the kangaroo ward, and there the mommies stay with the babies, and they need to look after the babies. And they stay there sometimes 2 months, 3 months. So for those moms, we also hand out some toiletries every month, whether it's sanitary pads or deodorant, soap, face cloth, body lotion, whatever we have, wet wipes for the babies, baby shampoo, baby lotion, bum cream. And then we also have a home industry in Elderain. Every month, Train from Biscotti, she gives some cakes and pastries for us as well. And then we take that to the hospital. So the moms in Ward 4, they also get some sweet treats the day when we visit.
It's actually so sad, because I remember the time when I was there with you. We saw some of the women being discharged, the mummies being discharged, and all they get is one pack of sanitary pads. And we know after giving birth, you bleed excessively, and that's all they have. Yes. That's all they get.
You know what? Sometimes there are really moms that they go into labor, the baby is born, and all they have to wrap their baby in is a piece of cloth. So for them to receive that baby parcel, to wrap their baby in a blanket, and to dress their baby in clothes are so, so special. Unfortunately, you also get the babies, the moms who don't want their babies. So you would walk into the ward and there will be that little cradles, baby in the cradle with a file, and then you know, oh, this baby is going off to a safe house. So that is very sad, and we give them also a parcel. And unfortunately, we also have moms whose babies are stillborn. So we have ladies in our team who do counseling. So, and then we also give them a special parcel. One of our sponsors, Michaela Oberholzer, she's from OB Motion, bookkeeping. They make these special little parcels with baby lotion, body lotion, and a face cloth, and a beautiful keyring with a little angel on, and we put a card in there, you know, with yeah, it's a mommy who has just lost a baby. You know, what can you tell her? You know, so it doesn't take away the pain, the small gift that we give them, but at least they know that we are thinking of them. So, yeah.
Sure, it is something, yes. That is really sad. But well done on that. And you know, I know you all are doing amazing work, and thank you to your sponsors as well, because you know, this can't be done with just one person. It has to be a team behind this success.
Yeah, we're very grateful for them. Very, very much so.
Carina, TWM, I know that's your passion. What does that stand for? Do you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah. TWM stands for Tall Women Movement. And Tall Women Movement was born actually in Canada, Toronto. I was there with my husband. He went on a business trip and I accompanied him. And as we joke, we went on a workshop. He worked and I shopped.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
And yeah, it was in Toronto, and I was browsing the shops, and actually a colleague of my husband and his wife also went with, and Christelle and I, we were in the browsing the malls and the shops and everything, and I saw the shop. I knew about the shop because I've been following tall women clothing online shops for quite a long time from overseas. And we walked into Long Tall Sally. Now, Long Tall Sally only caters for women 5'10" and taller. And I walked in there and I could try on anything. Dresses, pants, jackets, coats. The sleeves were too long. The pants were too long.
So you were like a kid in a candy store, right?
Oh, it was amazing. But it was so emotional for me. So emotional. Because for the first time in my life, I walked into a clothing shop, a clothing store, and I could try on anything. And it fitted me or was too big, too long. And I felt that I belonged somewhere. I felt not like the giant or the giraffe that some strangers would randomly call you. I felt that I wasn't the awkward one. I felt safe. There was a group of people that understood me. So yeah, it was very, very emotional for me, and I couldn't buy anything. I tried on a lot, but I couldn't buy anything. It was just too emotional for me. So that was the Friday. The Monday, we were on our way back. And that Sunday, my husband said to go to the store and buy you something. So I went to the store and I bought 3 pairs of jeans. A dark blue denim one, a light blue denim one, and a black denim. And you know how tall I am, Shamila. And those pants are this too long for me.
Oh, wow.
It was just amazing. But they call it, I had a epiphany. I think that's the word, epiphany. that moment of realization that this is where I belong and I need to do something about this. And I knew that feeling that I had of I belong somewhere, I fit in somewhere, I am okay, I am not weird, I'm not awkward. I had to share that with other tall women. So on our way back, I said to my husband, I'm going to start a movement. And I came back and I started Googling for names and things, and it came up TWM, Tall Women Movement. And Tall Women Movement was launched on the 14th of November, 2018. So I came back in August, the 1st of August, 2018, and I knew I'm going to do something wow. So luckily my son, he's a I called my contacts, tall women that I knew, family, and some netball players that I knew, Protea netball players, and I got 22 tall women together, and we did a video. And that was the first in the world. And yeah, so we did the video. It was fantastic. It was launched on the 14th of November in Centurion. And that evening, 50 tall women attended that event. Their height ranged from 1.76 meters, because that is the cutting point. If you're shorter, I'm sorry, there's no place for you there. You have to be at least 1.76 meter. And the tallest lady that night was 1.97 meters. I'm 1.87 meters. So she was even 10 centimeters taller than me. So yeah, it was amazing evening. That yeah, the 14th of November, and then we went on holiday. And then I started doing little videos, you know, to keep the social pages going and so on. And then I came back, and the whole idea, apart from TWM being a platform for tall women to get together, meet other tall women, look each other in the eye, you know, stand up straight when we take photos. You know, usually I'm the one that needs to bend down to fit in the photo. We stand up straight, we wear heels. You're not the tallest in the room, because usually as a tall woman, when you walk into a room, you're the tallest. So that was the idea of the platform. It still is the main focus, but I wanted to create visibility and attention on the discrimination in the fashion industry against tall women, because there's not one shop that you can walk in and you can find clothing for tall women. Edgar's tries to. They've got the Calso Tall. And I was just in Centurion Mall this morning to just go and have a look at the Calso Tall range, you know, and it's like 6 items, whereas 4 of that is jeans, are the other 3 items very, very boring items. But there's no other shop that you can walk into where you will find a tall section. So my idea was put pressure on all these retail shops and tell them about how they are discriminating against us tall women. And you know what? They all just said, there's not a market, there's not a need, it's not viable. And I said to him, but I can commandeer up 100 tall women to your store Saturday morning. But don't tell me there's not a need, because just the other day I had an event with 50 tall women, and I'm dead sure they all know someone else that's tall, and we could all go to your store. So they just brushed me off and said, no, they're not going to do something about it. So I was very, very upset, because, you know, when you walk into stores, you will find petite, you will find for the curvy women, but there's nothing for the tall women. So yeah, I got the opportunity to negotiate to buy a clothing factory. I thought that is what I'm going to do. So 6 weeks of long negotiation to buy a clothing factory. And I thought, okay, now my dream is going to come true, because I can remember as a little girl, like I've mentioned, my mom was a seamstress. And when we would go to Laudium those days to buy a fabric, we would go into the shops and all the pattern books were there. And then I would page through the pattern books. And I always said to my mom, oh, I wish I had a magic wand. You know, that I could just touch this dress I like and this dress I like, you know, and magically these dresses
Just
will
made
appear.
up.
Yeah. And so I thought with a clothing factory, that is exactly what's going to happen, you know. All these skilled people, they know what to do, they know how to sew, and I'm just going to tell them I want this and want this and want this. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Yeah, God just sent me on a different journey. So, in the sense that I had to do it from scratch. So at my house, I've got a separate place, my style studio, where I used to do all my style workshops and my makeovers and things. And I changed that into a working room. So we bought machinery, all the different overlockers, straight stitches, cover seam machines, everything that I need. I appointed 2 seamstresses, and yeah, Carina started making clothes. So that happened in
Congratulations. I
June.
didn't even know that, Carina.
Yeah, that happened in 2019, last year, in June. So since then, I've done palazzo pants, tapered pants, joggers, wrap skirts, dresses, jumpsuits, kimonos, tops, wrap dresses, shirt dresses. I've done a variety, sundresses. I've done a variety of clothing items. We've even added some earrings to the online shop, because remember, I said the pretty dress deserves a pretty pair of earrings. And we've also added shoes, genuine leather shoes up to a size 12, because there is a need for ladies who have bigger feet.
So do ladies actually have size, do they actually wear size 12? I mean, do they have that big feet?
Yes, they do. You know, it's actually heartbreaking, Shamila. I did a style session at my studio before I turned it into a working studio. Was March last year. I did a style session with tall women. And just to share them my tips that I've learned over the years, how I wear clothes that don't fit that well. You know, I've developed my own style, and how I can make that work. And there was a lady that attended, and she said to me she wears a size 10 men's shoe. She's never worn women's shoes. Okay, as a child, yes. But after a size 8, when her feet grew bigger, she's never worn women's shoes.
Is it because she can't get it?
Huh?
Is it because she can't get it?
She can't get it. You know, Woolies, they nowadays do up to a size 9. But there are women with bigger feet, you know, and it's something that if you have big feet, you've got big feet. If you have small feet, you've got small feet. You know, it's like being tall. I can't do anything about being tall. I can't shrink or whatever. I can just embrace my height. And they just have to do with their big feet. I did did sandals for a lady who wears a size 10. So, and it's not just tall women that has bigger feet. Quite a few of my clients are shorter. They're not 176. They're shorter, but they've got bigger feet. So yes, we've done the clothes. But what was very important for me when I started doing the clothes is in the beginning, I wanted to do a standard length of tall clothing. And then I thought to myself, but how tall is a tall woman? Because there are women that are 178, and for them, they are tall. They feel tall. But to me, 178 is about 10 centimeters shorter than me. So you're not tall. I'm tall. So I said to myself, you know, how tall is a tall woman? I can't do a standard length of clothing or standard length of pants. Because for someone who's 1.78 and she thinks she's tall, her clothes are going to be too short for me. If I do it 1.8, the average height of 1.8, it's still not going to fit me. So I decided, you know what? Every tall woman deserves to wear clothes that fits her body. So when you go onto the website www.tallwomenmovement.co.za and you go into different categories with the shoes, the leisure wear, whatever we have, when you click on it, you can choose your style, you choose your color, you choose your length. You can choose how long you want your sleeve. I had a client that was about 10 centimeters shorter than me, but her arm length was 5 centimeters longer than my arms. You know, it's just, we are different proportionally. So you can choose how long you want your sleeves, how long you want your dress. Do you want it above your knee, under your knee, or do you want it to the floor? And I think that makes it quite unique that I cater for all tall women. I even have clients that are shorter that like my style of clothing, and I tell them it's fine. Go on the website, and if you find a length that fit you. So in other words, for me it will be a mini, but for you it will be under your knee. And if you like that length and you fit in, you're welcome to order. So yeah, I've been doing quite a few things with the clothes, quite a lot of challenges. I'm not a fashion designer. I'm not a pattern maker. I'm not qualified. I don't have any qualifications for that. But I grew up with a mom who was a seamstress, and she was a perfectionist. And she taught me. I've done 2 wedding dresses, so I'm not that bad. So I know
That's
about
amazing.
and
Well
so
done.
yeah, I just adjust the patterns to fit the client. When we started the business, I even bought one of these cutters that you put layers of fabric, and you can cut 10, 20 layers of fabric all at once with this special cutter. I haven't even unpacked it because I soon realized that I am not going to mass produce. I am going to tailor make for you specifically. So when I get the client's order, I take the style that she's chosen and the color of fabric that she's chosen, and then I have to adjust the pattern exactly to fit her body proportions. So then I have to cut it with the ordinary scissor. You know, that's just how I do it. And then I've got my seamstresses who help me with the sewing and so on.
How long will it take you to put one dress together?
Pardon?
How long would it take you to put one dress together?
Oh, it all depends on the design, you know. It is, my husband always tells me, Carina, TWM is not a charity, it's a business, because I'm totally underpriced for all the effort that goes into making someone a dress or a pair of pants or a kimono or whatever I make. But I'm getting emotional now. I know the feeling of putting something on and it fits me.
Yes, because you've been through that.
I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, literally.
Yes.
So to charge someone really what is worth, I can't do that. I just want, I don't want a tall lady, a tall woman to miss out on an opportunity
to look good and feel good.
Wear something that fits her and she looks good.
Yes.
And I count on the clients to measure correctly, And since we've started June 2019, I had 3 comebacks. The one was a lady that wanted a long dress. And when she gave me the measurements, I said to her, Ilse, I think this is a bit too long. She's a bit taller than me, but she said, no, that's fine. She wants a long dress. But I thought, this is a bit too long. But I made the dress. Eventually, when she received the dress, she said, oh, Carina, I got a bit mixed up with the measurements. Instead of 145 centimeters, she said it was 154. Now she got mixed up with the digits.
Dyslexic,
so
yes.
It was a bit too long. So I shortened the dress for her. And the other one was a client that I made a bomber jacket for her, beautiful, sexy bomber jackets that I made. And she measured incorrectly. And she measured 5 centimeters too short. So when she received the jacket, her sleeves were too short. And, that is one thing that we struggle with every day, sleeves that are too short. So I said to her, okay, please send it back to me. I will make a plan. She actually didn't know where her shoulder button is because she had to measure from a shoulder button to the cuff length, to her wrist. So, but I just said to her, but next time just Google. If you don't know, Google. So I adjusted the sleeve length for her. And the other lady, it was also incorrect measuring. Her pants, she didn't know what inseam means, although on the website it says when you choose your inseam, your length of your pants, it says your measure from your upper inner thigh. So I don't know from where she measured, but it was also too long. But that's not bad, It's seldom that a tall woman finds something that's too long.
Too long. And I think with it being too long, you can actually alter it and make it shorter, but there's a problem when it's too short.
Yes, yeah. So it's actually a great feeling to put on something that is too long. So yeah, that was from everything that I've made, and we've made hundreds of items. Just 3, and it was just measure issues. But otherwise than that, I get the feedback, oh, thank you, Carina, it's perfect. It's beautiful. It fits so well. So, yeah, I really have happy clients.
So you are most definitely changing lives.
Yeah, and it was also important for me, Shamila, when I appointed the 2 seamstresses, I said to them, you know what, I shared them my story. And I said to them, it's important for me to bless these clothes. So when we make these clothes, we bless this clothes for that woman, that when she puts on that clothes, that she sees how beautiful she is, that she loves the woman in the mirror. Because for me personally, it has taken me a very long time to get to that point in my life to see the beautiful, tall woman that I am. Now, for some time in my life, I would look in the mirror and all I would see was tall, tall, tall. I couldn't look past my height. And I had to go on this journey, emotional journey, to get to a point in my life to just give everything to the Lord and say, okay, this is who I am. You made me this tall. There must be a reason for it. I can remember many, many years ago when I was much younger, I used to be very cross with the Lord and tell him, oh God, why did you make me 6'2"? Why couldn't I just be 6 foot? 6 foot is already tall for a woman here in South Africa, because the average height of women in South Africa is 1.56 meters.
1.56. Okay, I'm a little taller than that.
Yeah, so I'm 187, so I'm a whole ruler plus 1 centimeters taller than the average woman in South Africa. But now I know that the reason why I'm tall, you know, TWM is my calling. I need to do this. I have to do this. I can't leave it for someone else to do, because it's not about the clothes, but it's about motivation and building up that woman, you know, so that she can get to a point in her life where she makes peace with who she is, you know. Yes, you are going to get the rude comments from strangers, you know. I can write a book about all the comments I've heard in my life about strangers passing. I even decided to joke with it, and my clothing label, my first clothing label, said, TWM, how is the weather up there? Hot, just like me. You know? And I used to sew the labels on the outside of the dress at the back, because that is what happens. People, you would stand in a queue and then someone would tap you on your shoulder, and I would turn around. You know, my eye level is much higher than the average person, and I would look and see nobody and look down, and here would this person stand and say, oh, why are you so tall? How's the weather up there?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you get silly people. But in any case, now you get rude people. And that's something else that I feel very, very strong about, because I've been bullied for a very long time in my life about my height. And it's for people to be a bit more sensitive.
Yes.
About other people. I don't comment about how people look. I don't comment about people that are overweight. I don't comment about people that are very short or whatever. But when it comes to a woman being tall, people think that they've got free range. I can tell you lots of stories, Shamila, but I'll do that at another stage in my life.
But we must get you on the chat again so we can have another discussion. Just your closing message, Carina. It was so great talking to you and getting all this insight, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we just overlook and we don't know about.
Yes. Yeah.
But just your power message to the women out there.
Love the woman in the mirror. Whether she's tall or short, whether she's skinny or has extra curves, doesn't matter. You just need to love the woman in the mirror. Because if you don't love the woman in the mirror, it steals your joy. And you cannot be the woman that you were born to be. And it's going to be, the world is missing out on you. The world is missing out on your fabulosity, you know. So I speak from experience. And that day in my life, many, many years ago, when I came to that point to totally, totally accept the whole 180, 70 centimeters of me, was the most liberating day in my life. So yeah. Just love the woman in the mirror, give her compliments, hug her, dress her, make her pretty, and appreciate her every day.
Lovely. I love that message. Carina, how can one get hold of you? I know you shared your website details, but do you have other details to share with everyone?
I am on Facebook. I'm very active on Facebook. I'm trying to be active on Instagram. It's a bit of a technological problem for me.
You'll get there.
I'm not very good on Instagram, but in any case, they can just on Facebook look for TWM, and immediately Tall Women Movement will come up, and they can follow me there. Our website is there, www.tallwomenmovement.co.za, where they can visit the online shop. And my contact details are on the on our Facebook page. So if they want to send me a WhatsApp or whatever, they can call me there.
Thank you, Carina. Thank you so much for coming on board and talking to us today. I'm sure a lot of us are going to pick up so much from what you had said. And I wish you everything of the best going forward.
Oh, thank you very much, Shamila, for thinking of me and inviting me to be on your show. I really, really appreciate it.
You're such an inspiration. How can I just ignore you?
No. Okay, let me say thank you for that compliment. But you are an inspiration. So thank you for everything that you do and for everything that you stand for. I really, really respect you for who you are.
Thank you, Carina. We must do the coffee one day soon.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Shamila. Bye.
Bye.